Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that what to expect season preview analysis. This time is on the New Orleans Pelicans, a team that made a lot of moves and let a lot of guys go, and now they're still in trial with Zion Williamson, a guy that has proven that he can be an all-star and one of the best players in the league. The problem is he never is healthy enough to help this team win consistently. And as a guy that they looked at as a franchise foundation and a franchise cornerstone, had a bad season last year because of injuries again. This time, they only won 21 games, which was their lowest in the last 4 years, and it was really, really bad to watch. I do expect them to do better, but I don't really understand how they really got significantly better. And the Western Conference only got more brutal. And it's going to be interesting to see how they actually win games this year with the talent that they have on their roster. They have a lot of guys that are skill set players, not a lot of guys that you can trust with the ball, not a lot of guys that you can really see them going out there and dominating outside of Zion. But their biggest addition was basically Jordan Poole, a guy that can handle the ball, create his own shot, also knock down some tough ones from time to time. He's still trying to prove that he's one of the better players in the league. He averaged 20 points last year for the Washington Wizards. His stint with the Wizards didn't really last that long, only 2 seasons, and he was already done with that. And that was something I didn't really see coming when they traded for him, but now it is reality. Didn't really play amazing. 43% from the field. He did shoot 37% from three. That was probably the highlight of his season because he shot 9 a game, which was really, really high volume, and a lot of them was hard. A lot of them was tough, but he got it to go. Another thing he did real well was getting to the free throw line where he shot 4 free throws a game, but he shot 88%. That was really good to see. And he coming off the most points for his entire career. And he also played 68 games and only took 15 field goal attempts per game. And I think his style and the way he plays will fit with this roster as they need more guys that can create shots for themselves and for others. And I think Poole is one of the guys that can do that. The problem will be is his decision making where it needs to be. He's more of a hero ball type of guy. He wants to do things his way. He wants the position to go his way. And I think that that's going to be something interesting to see. Is he willing to, take some of that burden off of himself and allow his teammates to make his job a lot easier? He just has to make the quick and fast decision. Another question that a lot of people have been saying, what are they going to do with Derek Queen? Because he's a guy that's legitimate 6'10", 246 pounds, which means he has an NBA body for the position that he plays. He has nice touch. He can hit perimeter shots. He can finish in the paint. He got some decent moves for his age. And he is a guy that looks promising in the future. And he might not be that great as a rookie because he has a lot of things he has to solve. He has a lot of things he has to figure out when it comes to understanding how to play the game and playing with these group of guys. But I do think he has potential to be a really decent player. We're just not going to see a crazy amount of that this year. And mainly because Miss Eve was going to be the guy that's going to get most of the start minutes, as he's also a good center, not a great one or amazing one. He can rebound a little bit. He can finish in the paint. He's still learning how to be a rim protector, still learning how to be a help defender. He's a decent athlete, and I think that we do want to see how much he has improved with his body and how he has proved his IQ, because he's going to really have to bring that to the table if they're going to start winning games. The backbone of your defense is the center position. And Derek Queen is not really known as a rim protector or a defensive guy. He's all offense for what we done seen in high school and in college. And Eves is still learning how to be a rim protector and a rebounder and a guy that closes out possessions with effort and energy, and we're going to see if he's going to be able to bring that to the table this year. Um, when you look at Herbert Jones, unfortunately for him, he had a injury that really destroyed his season. He only played 20 games last year, unfortunately. He's a guy that they really wanted to see more production from. He's known as one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I don't think that's going to change because of his injury. He still has the body, he still has the IQ, he still has the length, he still has the size. We just want to see can he evolve more offensively. Not a great 3-point shooter. He's still trying to figure that out. 2 seasons ago he had it figured out for the most part, but it was only a one of a kind type of season, as he hasn't been able to replicate that type of season in his career yet. We obviously need to see what he's working on, what he's trying to improve on going into this year. He's going to be a guy I want to keep my eye out on because the defense part he got figured out. It's just about being a two-way player. Can he become that while he's still a Pelican? We don't know. There's going to be something that is going to be fun to continue to watch grow as he gets older. And you can say the same thing about Trey Murphy. He's not the greatest defender, but he is a great offensive player, and they really relied on him a lot last year to give them scoring. And his three-point shooting was about average, but he took a lot more than he usually does. I mean, 8.3 is his career high, and he still shot it at a decent clip while still getting 21 points, which is a career high. The thing, can he do that with Poole out there, Zion out there, and DeJounte and those guys out there? Can he still put up those type of numbers or close to it when his number is called? We know he can space the floor. We know he's not shy about hoisting up shots. He does have to get fully healthy, which he had a chance to do this offseason. Hopefully he's ready to go at the start of the season. And hopefully he can add some more moves to his game so he just doesn't be a floor spacing 4. Or you can say 3, or you can say 2, because he can play all those positions. He just has the size of a 3, but he just doesn't have the weight and the strength of a 3, and that's why you kind of have to play him at different positions. But I do want to see how he has grown. I do want to see him continue to, be a player that you can look at as an all-star one day for this team, because he really had improved his handle. He really improved his way of getting close to the basket. I think he still shies away from finishing from time to time. I think he does settle as an offensive player from time to time. That's why his field goal percentage isn't crazy, because of his shot selection. But I think Trey Murphy, he needs to understand how to play off his teammates, and I think he's getting better at that. But he also needs to mix it up a little bit more, and I think that will help his game become better, and he probably can even put up better efficiency numbers even as a three-point shooter, and that will help his numbers be the same while still doing less with the ball in his hands, which is something that he's going to have to show that he can do, and that's something I'm going to be looking out for. Jeremiah Fears, the rookie, that a lot of people are going to, really be interested in watching. We know that he can pass. We know he has size. We know he's not the greatest shooter or the greatest playmaker at this point in his career because of the offensive limitations. But he's only 18 years old, so he's very young. He's going to play through a lot of mistakes. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. He might not even start because of these things, because Willie Green is obviously going to try to do his best for his job, which is trying to show that he can really coach these guys and show that he can really be a guy that can really still win games and produce wins at a high level. But when you look at Sadiq Bey and Jose Alvarado and Trey Alexander, Kevon Looney, Carlo, Jalen McDaniels, Bryce McGowan's, you can even say Micah Peavy and Jaden Springer, you just hope they can just come in and just be ready to go. They are not going to get a ton of minutes. They're not going to be huge guys that you can rely on to be able to produce at a high level. You just want them to come in, hit a 3, play some defense, make some shots, get to the basket, get out in transition, try to make some things happen defensively. And they're not guys that's really going to help you win a ton of games. And that's why they only won 21 games. They have a lot of guys that can do certain things but not really great at multiple things. And I think that all those guys are going to have that problem. You can even say Garrison Brooks. You can put him in that conversation. You can say the same thing about Hunter Dickinson. He's going to be in that conversation. The guy that can help them off the bench can be Jordan Hawkins. He's a guy that can really score and really fill it up. He can give you double figures off the bench. He averaged 10 points last year. He didn't shoot the ball that great because he took a lot of tough shots, and usually that tanks your field goal percentage if you can't make them. He's not the tallest guy, not the strongest guy. I think that's something that he should have worked on, was his handle and his ability to create separation. Then his jump shot and his three-point shooting could have had, been a significant improvement. But maybe that's what he's been working on this summer. And if he does, he can be a more valuable player for them. Or he just might just be a shot chucker that they're going to put up with for now and try to find a better upgrade in the future. And I think that that was a big reason why they wanted to go for a guy like Jordan Poole, because you know for sure he can do it, while these other guys, they have to prove and show that they can do it. And that's why it makes sense for them to go in that direction. But before I end the video, DeJounte Murray is a question mark because he's coming off an Achilles injury. He looks like a guy that's going to miss a whole lot of time still. And if he does, he's going to be really, really rusty. He's going to have to get his feel for the game back. He's going to have to get his confidence back. He might lose a lot of his burst, but he has good speed. He has good length. I think he should still be a solid player, probably not all-star caliber anymore, which is unfortunate, but injuries can do that to you, especially lower body ones, because that's what the game is all about. And he might never be a great defender again because of his Achilles also. And his age is showing you that he's about to be even older next year, which will be 30 since he's still under contract. So it's looking like a bad investment right now because of that injury coming out of nowhere. But you never really know until you make the move. And that was actually his first season with the Pelicans, and it ended up going and blowing up right in their face. And there's nothing they can do but just ride out this contract and see what they can do if he becomes a free agent or aspiring contract, and try to get whatever they can get from him that way, even though it's not really going to be that much. And he already was struggling to score with the Pelicans before he went out, because he played 31 games and started all of them, but he was only shooting 39% from the field and 29% from three. But he did get a bunch of assists with 7. That was a good thing to see. But he also helped them with the boards, which was good to see too. But other than that, he really had trouble. I do want to see, can he still play in the passing lanes, because that doesn't really matter too much for athleticism because of his wingspan and his knowing anticipation. And I think that we're going to see what he's going to be, more like next year than this year. So I don't really think that DeJounte going to make a huge impact on this team this season. And, you can say one of their other big pickups was Kevon Looney. He is what he is at 29. He's going to bump. He's going to knock it. He's going to play hard. He's going to compete. He's going to try to stay close to that basket as much as he can. He's going to try to set some screens to get guys open, or good looks for first steps to be able to make plays. And they have a lot of guards that can really benefit off that. And I think that that's what he's going to do. You just hope he stays healthy, which he has been able to do for a majority of his career. And you just want that to continue for the Pelicans. And I think that's something that is going to be very interesting. But other than that, they have a lot of young talent, a lot of unproven players, a lot of players that's not going to really help you win a lot of games. And then they have, some guys that have really shown that they have won games. They have been guys that have been relied on before for different teams and different organizations. Now they just have to show what they can do and show what they can be for this team. And can they fit in? Can they, do well in the role that they going to be assigned to? And we're going to see if Willie Green can get the best out of this roster. If you really wanted to know what I thought, which is the purpose of this video, I would have to say no playoffs. I don't think they even win 35 games. And I think that Zion is going to show you that he's still one of the best forwards in the league. He's going to have those moments where he's helping the team win. He's going to have those moments where he looks unstoppable and looks like a guy that you would love to have. And then it's going to be if he can't stay healthy or his teammates don't, contribute at a high level, which most likely they won't because, like I said, a lot of these guys are really just not that good right now at this point of their career. But I just feel like they don't have enough spacing. They don't have enough creation. They don't have too many players you can get the ball to and get efficient offense or create efficient offense for 48 minutes. And I just don't think they're going to be ready defensively. The stutters that they're going to have in their offense and the problems they're going to have defensively in the paint and on the perimeter is going to help them lose a lot of games. And I just don't see them winning enough to be legit. But hey, if you don't win a lot of games, you might as well play for the lottery. That's how they got Zion. Zion has been, one of the best players in the league when healthy. Even if he plays a lot of games this year compared to the other ones, I just don't see this team being competitive enough and good enough, to make any noise in the Western Conference. If they was in the East, I might even say they possibly can be a play-in team. In the West, I just don't see how it's possible. I just don't see it happening. It's just too many teams that's even young and on their level that I will pick over them to win 35 games. And it just shows you how tough it is to win in the Western Conferences. And it just shows you how much talent you really need to be taken serious in the Western Conference. And the Pelicans just don't have enough on both ends of the court to win games consistently enough to make that a conversation that's even worth listening to. But I would say comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis and to get it when it first come out. Not only that, I do NBA only topics, conversations, and I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage, so if you love that type of content, you can't get enough of it. This is the channel for you, and you will love it if you give it a chance, if you give it a shot like you did if you're watching this video. Plus, I'll tell y'all right now, I got over 3,000 plus videos on my channel that you can watch and enjoy for free. And I upload videos each and every day, so you always got something to watch and always got something to look forward to when it comes to content and entertainment, because this is what this channel is for. Other than that, thank y'all for help supporting me in the past and also in the present, and hopefully y'all continue to support me in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is, continuing to come back, caring what I have to say, caring about what I want to make, and that's what makes this channel special. I love creating the content. You guys love watching it. And thank y'all for supporting the merchandise and other things that I've been able to put out for y'all. And I really am blessed to see y'all in person and see that y'all really want it and see that y'all really care. Even I see it on the internet and I'm seeing it in person every day. Dream come true, goal come true. Now it's about trying to hit 4,000 videos turned in by the end of this year, 1 million total views on this channel, and just being so consistent of having fun and having so much joy to tell y'all what I really feel about the hottest things in the NBA and games in the NBA and moments in the NBA. And let's continue to share that and enjoy that as much as we can while we're living. And that's why this channel has been going on for 10 plus years. So let's try to make 2025 a better year than 2015. That was like a golden year for this channel, and I always want to pay homage to it because I needed that channel to build me up to the point where I'm at now, to where I know what y'all want, I know what y'all want to see, and I know the type of videos that y'all enjoy. And I used a lot of those trials and a lot of those things that year, and I still get the same type of response then now. So that year was that influential and impactful for me, and I want to continue to bring that year up as this year continues to go on, because I needed that year to have great years like this. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. Y'all stay blessed up. Peace. I hopefully see y'all later today or tomorrow if it's meant to be, and I'm going for now.